Perfect. All right, so before we start, how familiar are you with the gene keys, with biographical karma, and as well human design? In the scale of 1 to 10, let's say 10, yes, I'm a really a pro. Or
like
in the
a
middle,
3.
like what?
Like a 3. I know of them. I haven't dove into them like natal charts or astrology. So I know of it and I'm interested, but I haven't like digested it yet.
Okay. All right. Perfect. It's for me to speak slowly and clearly as well about concepts and all this stuff. Thank you. And Julia, you're okay, right? More or less?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't think no one else is gonna come. Oh, Destiny is a little bit running behind. Okay. All right. So before we start, let's just get to know you, get to know a little bit each other, and like this, we will go over some of the charts and some of the things, and I have like a kind of a surprise as well for you because you're here with me, and I wanted to honor that time as well. So, Noelia, just introduce yourself. Where are you coming from? What is your intention during this week?
Okay, so my name is Noelia. I am from Spain, but I live in the US right now, in California. And I am always interested in learning and learning about myself and improving. So my intention is to like get to know what the heck I'm doing here, and so I can get better at it and help others with whatever I learn.
Beautiful. Thank you. Great. Thank you so much. Julia.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, I'm just curious about all this. I don't know so much about gene keys, but I did contemplate my son, which is 17.
Okay.
So do not take anything personal. It was really interesting. And I'm from Sweden, and I live in Sweden.
Nice.
Beautiful. Nice. Love it. Thank you so much, Julia. Thank you for being here. Danielle. Hi, Kelly.
Hi.
Happy to see you here. All right, Danielle, go ahead.
I was born in Japan, which I think is very rare, and I think that really kind of started off my woo-woo journey. I live in the Americas, and I've lived in Arizona for many years. I'm just really drawn to esoteric symbology. I've been in the medical field for over 20 years, and I've seen a lot of similar cases with similar disconnect, and I'm starting to realize that there is a missing link in how humans are being treated and cared for. So I decided to take a step back in the physical representation and start studying more of the spiritual existence and trying to make it or weave that into reality. And there's a lot of information on the older modalities, but not the newer ones. So the group of people I talked to recommended your course, Noelia, and I thought that this was really interesting. It just seemed to fit all the puzzle pieces I was looking for. So that's why I'm here.
Super. Thank you so much for also touching certain areas like a medical field, because this is one of those that are very sensitive for me as well, because there is a lot of, manipulation and out of what is really
I think it's pill care. And I'm trying to create a modality of more mind, body, soul care. So I'm starting to create some sort of quantum spirit guide led therapy, healing. I have been doing something for years. I don't know what it's called yet, but I seem to help. And I think my spirit guides have said that human design will be one of the major building blocks for a lot of people and how we place others in society. So if we can, as a world, digest human design a little better, it'll be easier for us to work with others and like teach our children or help organize schoolings and things of that such.
Beautiful. Thank you, Danielle.
Mhm.
Welcome, welcome. Hi,
Thank you.
Janice. Hello, and Christy. And Christina is here. So I'm very, and Destiny is here as well. So welcome, ladies. We are just introducing ourselves a little bit just to get to know us and to be more connected during this week. Like this, will be more in tune with questions and things and open ourselves, because one of the things that I will love to do is to create, that questioning aspect of us. Yeah. So Kelly, you're next, please.
Hi everybody, I'm Kelly from Belfast, Northern Ireland. And I've done a few different type of modalities. Reiki, trained as a shaman for 1.5 years. I've worked with plant medicine as well. And this just came across my path, and I'm always keen to learn. And looking forward to seeing what information I get out of the next week.
Beautiful.
And seeing how I can put it into practice and share. So thank you for the invite, and thank you for taking the time to share your knowledge as well.
Thank you so much, Kelly. Yeah. All right, Janice, you're Janice, right? I'm pronouncing correctly your name? Yes. Okay. So go ahead, introduce yourself a little bit. Where are you up to? Located and so on. And you have your micro closed. Okay.
There we go. Okay, sorry. My journey started about, I don't know, 5 years ago, heavily. And I've just sort of worked the last 5 years on trying to figure out how to get further ahead in my journey. So I'm looking forward to taking this course and learning more. And
Beautiful.
I'm in Texas with Christy. So
Oh, okay.
I
Great.
came all the way from Canada to visit Christy in Texas.
That's right. That's right. Okay. So you're going to have the best, one of the
Yeah,
like these weeks. So I'm super happy that you are together. You very nice. Thank you.
it's been great. Yeah.
Destiny, you're next. Oh, you're on mute. Can you? Yeah.
So I'm Destiny. I'm Christy's daughter. I just turned 29. I have 3 kids. I live in Texas, 3 boys. I live in Texas. I honestly, I haven't, for the past couple years, I've been like in and out of trying to figure out, what is, best for me, or what my reason for being here is. Because I have had experiences since I was a little girl of seeing things and dreaming about things and, wondering like, why me, just like the purpose, trying to figure out what my purpose is. And come here, hold on. And the dreams I would have was not, normal, just little girl dreams. So I always knew, hold on. Sorry. I always knew that there was another reason. There was a reason that I was having these dreams, because I feel like everyone knows themselves better than anyone else does. And I'm super emotional. If someone's upset and they're just putting this face on, I know, like in my gut, that, they're not okay. But so I've been kind of like trying to figure out why I feel this way, my mom, when she first started, I saw a complete different person when she started, being more positive and, just not allowing negative things to bother her. And with me, it was opposite. If I would walk into a room where people were sad, I would instantly be sad.
Mm.
I would walk in happy, but then I would leave sad. But then I saw her kind of slow transformation into something that I was like, I want to feel like that all the time. So I finally got to where I was able to kind of accept changing the way I was or the way I knew for so long. And it was kind of changes kind of difficult for me because, I don't think about me, I think about everyone else. How is this person going to feel? How is that person going to feel? Like people pleaser, I guess. So I'm grateful to have an opportunity like this, because I don't ever really get time, but this seemed to kind of work out.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, it's kind of meant for me to do this because I need to know, and I'm one of those people that, like, my son, he's 5 and he has medical issues and it's undiagnosed, like they are still trying to figure it out in the process, but I'm sitting here like certified researcher, trying to figure this out for them because, but I'm one of those people that, like, I won't stop until I have an answer or I can't stop.
Mm-hmm.
So, now I'm working on me and I need to figure out, what do I need to do for me to make me feel so positive like everyone else that I see and that is experiencing all these wonderful things. So I feel like I do deserve that. So I'm grateful to be here. My kids, they'll be in and out, but
That's all
um,
good.
I am just grateful and I'm happy to meet all of you. And I know I went on forever and ever and ever, but I'm grateful.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for being open and sharing your momentums. And by the way, you just finished one septennium and started another one, which is the questions are coming. 28 is a huge shift in the life of a person, and it's very connected with the next one. That, like, okay, what is next for me? So it's very, very accurate in the ages as well. So just saying that.
I felt that because and before no one could ever make me believe that any of this, like,
Mm-hmm.
walking
Yeah.
outside barefoot would help change you couldn't make me believe that a long time ago. I would just be like, I'm just destined for failure. All these negative things are happening to me.
Mm-hmm.
But now I've kind of seen shifts in everyone else. So I'm like, I want that. So
Good.
I've kind of, those walls have kind of just broken down to, like, I am meant for better things and, positive things. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Welcome again. Christina, you're next on my side. Yeah, unmute yourself.
Okay,
Here. Yeah.
you hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
Hi. I live in London at the moment. I'm from Romania, and as I said, I was always like interested in something else. I always knew there is more, so probably about 20 years I started to read all sort of books and to have all sort of experiences. So I am pretty much into spirituality. I try to put it in practice all the time, but I have obviously a lot of failure doing that most of the time because life, because people around us, I think that I'm an empath because I absorb everyone else's energy, I absorb their problems. I always try to help the others. So this affects me. I'm now trying to focus mostly on myself to be able to detach myself a bit from other people's problems, especially family, to just focus on myself. So I'm trying to do that. Hopefully, I can succeed.
You will. You will. It's all kind of bring things into the awareness, right? And to consciousness as well. So anyhow, welcome, Christina. And thank you for all Europeans that you are as well late So I appreciate that gesture as well. So, okay, so Christy, yes, you are with me. Christy, yeah, here you are.
Hello, I'm Christy. I'm just here to learn all that I can to understand it. And yeah,
Okay, welcome.
thank you.
And Kate is not the least, but not least. Yes,
Very nice to meet you.
my pleasure. Thank you for being here.
Okay.
Hi.
That all?
Hello, hello.
What was the question? Sorry, I was late.
It's where are you located? Why you are here? A little bit of yourself and what inspired you to be with us this week as well.
Well, I am in Canada right now, and originally I'm from Ukraine. I've been interested in all this spiritual things for a long time, but well, life and kids, and I was busy, but now they're growing up and they don't need me as much, so I have more time to spend and actually learn more and apply more in my life.
Beautiful. Thank you. So let's get started. Yes. What I have done it here is as well as you came, I have some papers. So by the end, I don't want it will take so long, but by the end, I will pull one of you, right? And I will do like a mini reading for you to know where are you, like for me to say thank you to all of you that you are with me during this Sunday morning or Sunday afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Yeah. So as you know, I introduced myself a little bit in the chat. I work with this for more than 30 years, I think. So far, so good. I always was very curious. My childhood was not easy at all. And I started to have these kind of perceptions as well when I was 8 years old. So from that, my big enthusiasm was asking questions, right? Who am I? What is all this about? And that led me to move around the world and to ask and to be with people that taught me many things related to natural medicine and the spirituality. And what I understood and what I embody, right, is not only that we need to have concepts, but we need to embody the things that we learn, because if not, what happens is we are very mental and we are staying in that part of the body, which is all about frame structures and systems. And if we are not living into the body, into the heart, right, then it will be very hard to put those things into actions. Things are going to happen, right? Life happens, and situations happens, and then all the old and all voices, right, and all the opponent forces or whatever you want to call it is going to come to stop you the action. So we have to be very, very aware about how we think things, how we feel things, and how we do things. And hopefully during this week, one of the things that we can do by the end is to connect with the heart, which is the rhythm. And if we are connecting with the heart, that is the rhythm, we can balance the three, right? And we will move from being in this line from the moment that we was born till I will die in the linear way of thinking or seeing life to this perspective, which I am a spiritual. I'm coming from the spiritual realm. I have something to do in this lifetime, and I'm going back to the spiritual realm. Does it make sense to everybody? So we are going to do this kind of pathway during this week. And for that, first of all, I wanted to get to know you a little bit today, but as well to show you what are the profiles that I did for all of you, right? What are the things that we're going to check up a little bit? What are the gene keys? What are the human design? How this works a little bit in our lives, and why it's so important to become extremely aware of what is going on, because only when we bring that conscious about my energy, my aura, and my situation in this lifetime through my biography, in my context, then we can see people, things that happen not to us, yes, for us, to awaken something that I need to correct, because this is the soul contract. we are coming here to correct something, right? And this something is connected with the soul and is connected with the spirit as well, right? The physical body is just the matter, something that we need for a vessel, right? For the spirit to come to us to tell us something that is needed for us to correct our soul purpose in this lifetime, in this incarnation. Yes. So with that said, I'm going to just share the PowerPoint that I did it for you because this is easier, and like this I can share as well with you all the PDFs that I made for you and all this stuff. Well, as you see, can you see that, right? So good. Yeah. If you have any questions during this, please just let me know. Okay, I will stop and we will go over. Today, don't want it will go more than 1 hour, 1 hour and 15 minutes. And like this, we can start to create that rhythm for the next week. Yeah, so, all right, so you got always, you got during that last week, some kind of profiles, right? 3 profiles that is going to help us to understand why we are on Earth, what are the relation between the physical body, the etherical body, the astral body, and as well the higher self, yes? And those are super important for us to comprehend, because if we are not pulling ourselves or leaning back a little bit about the bodies that we have and how those works, right? We're going to be very attached into the matter. Yes. So when we see the things from above and we're starting to comprehend that there is the physical body and the etherical body, which are giving us the life, right? And the astral body and the higher self of the spirit, which are in connection with the spiritual realm, then we can start building that ladder that can help us to comprehend our relationships, to heal trauma, to be able to open the channels for us to be and to bring and to attract, right, the things that we desire. And sometimes we see that we are not moving, right? We are stuck about things. Yeah. So when we understand those and comprehend the aura and comprehend my energetics in our context, which is individual, then we can propel and we can collapse time and space. Does it make sense to everybody? Yeah. Yes. All right. So why I'm saying that? Because in our biography, right, what we're going to do during this week is to go over this part of here of your young kids that I'm going to share later on, is the portal from where I'm coming to this lifetime. Means I am incarnating into a very unique space, into a very unique country, into a very unique parent, into a very unique culture, language, yeah, timing, year, etc., etc. And every 7 years of the path of a person, things happen. Why things happen? Because we need to build our body first. We need to build the space inside of ourselves to develop the thinking. We need to create an interaction in between the collective and myself, and to understand who I am in this game, right? And every 7 years of the path of the person, for everybody in this planet, there are spiritual laws that apply to the way how we are living our life. Yes? For example, from 0 to 21 years old is all what is related to the physical body. Yes? From 0 to 7 years old, the kid needs the space to build their physical body, and the etherical body that gives the life force comes to us to tell us, hey, I am ready later on to develop my thinking process. Yes? From 7-14, for example, there is a huge crisis in the life of a person that calls the Rubicon, where is the separation in between the parenting and the kid itself. So all these small details has an incredible impact in the life of ourselves, even if we are not aware of. Yes. And if we are not putting those in contact, what happens later on is those coming as a mirror. Yeah. So this is crucial because only when we understand this path of creation and we understand the timing of incarnation, then we can understand how I'm evolving, what is my purpose in this lifetime, what are the things that I need to correct, what is my karma, right? And the karma here is super important related to incarnation as well, because the karma is related to my immoral stuff that I'm bringing into this lifetime to correct. Yes? And as you see here in that incarnation, we have as well something that is related to the planet. Every 7 years has an impact of the planets as well in our lifetime. Yes, the first thing that comes is the moon. The moon is extremely important because the moon in our charts as well, we're going to use a lot of the profiles, right? It's going to give us the reflection, how I reflected myself to others, right? So the moon is one of those. Mars as well. Mars is going to give us the opportunity to comprehend how is my action mode. Do I connect myself, my wish to my actions, or just living in my illusion? I'm not creating anything because I'm afraid of, or I'm afraid that no one will recognize me, or I'm afraid that I will fail the situation, right? So all these kind of things are connected as well with our karma, and it's super important to comprehend, right? To bring those situations into the awareness, and then, right, one of the things that the body and the physical body needs as well is how I am communicating with other people, how I'm communicating, first of all, with myself, how I recognize myself, but as well, how I'm communicating with other people around myself. And this is where the aura comes in to place as well. Yes? Why I'm saying that? Because we think that we are communicating because we are pretty intelligent and blah, 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 which is part of the creation. But most of it, I'm communicating because my aura or my aura is empathetic with the aura that I have in front of myself, right? There is a connectivity in between fields, and I feel completely embody the other person. Yes. Or sometimes I'm sure that you had the feeling when you went to a room and suddenly say, "Ew, I don't like this place," or "I don't like this person," or something like that. This is because you know energetically, even if you don't put it into words, that something is glitchy, something is not correct. Yeah. So what we're going to do is a little bit during this week is to comprehend a little bit how my aura works accordingly with your own design. And why this is coming from is coming as well because in the time of incarnation, you need a type of aura, of energetics, to fulfill your wishes, to fulfill your purpose, to fulfill your mission in this lifetime. Yes? It's not the same a reflector that the same generator, right? So, and why I'm saying that, because this is connected as well with the will, my way of communicating things, the way how I am saying things in the world, the things that I need to polish or I need to be extremely aware, because it's the direction that I have to take into this moment, because this is the language that the zodiac told me when I incarnated as well, as we are going to see. For example, the North Node, super important in our life that we're going to see. We're going to do a lot of beautiful work, practical work during these 4 days. Yeah. There, it's clear everything until there. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have 4 main auras. Yes. And those auras are going to help us to identify in ourselves another type of language, which is the truth language. It is exactly the way how I'm communicating in and out and not out in, right? We have to start doing the vice versa equation here. Everything starts in ourselves, and from ourselves, we are communicating into the world. Yeah. So the manifestor, as you say here, I'm going to put this one, right, is like a very, very attracting energetic, right? The manifestor, even though he says it's repelling, it's not like I'm repelling and I'm just hiding or I'm just escaping. Is is very dense and very protective as well. Is a person that normally manifestors what are bringing is they download it very quickly, right? So they need around people that can help them to put those ideas into place, because if not, it can be very tight as well. But manifestors and, for example, generators or manifestor generators, they have a very like a welcoming aura. The manifestors are more like more tight, as the generators are more open and more welcoming. Yes. Doesn't mean that the manifestor is not welcoming, not at all, but is more dense in themselves, so they can feel as well very exhausted or very, burn out if we are not using our energetics correctly. Yes. The reflector is the person that normally is going to reflect, is going with the cycles of the moon. They need normally 28 days to make decisions, 28 days to see if where I am is the truth or not. They need that pattern for them to start open themselves into the world, right? Because they're, first of all, they're very smart people, but they don't have into themselves, right, the life force that, for example, generators has. Yes, so they need to create that rhythm of 28 days that goes straight forward with the cycles of the moon. This is very important for the reflectors. And then they're coming into the collective and say, hey, this is what I'm reflecting to you. And the collective will say, yes, I want this, or I'm taking from you that advice or that wisdom or whatever. Yes, but they need to close and to go into that rhythm. The generators, by the way, are the life forces. It's like the people that are working and creative all the time. Yes, here is very important because normally 70% of the population, we are generators, right? And depends of which authority you are, they are pure and emotionals and all that we are going to see during the 4 days together. What does it mean as well? But generators are the ones that have a lot of life force, right? They have a very open auric energetics, but if they don't wait to respond to life, right, they can be overwhelmed, they can be exhausted, they can feel pressure, they can feel unheard, etc., etc. And we're going to go over some charts as well during the week for you to know what I'm talking about. Yeah. And the projectors are the people that are, let's say, like a kind of the leaders of this humanity, where are very smart in seeing the direct people as well. Yeah. And they don't have the life force as they have the generators or the manifestor generators, which the strategy for them is to respond to life and to pause, right? The projector needs a lot of pausing during the day because they cannot generate their own light forces. They are attracting the generators or manifestors around themselves to pull energy from themselves to be energetic. Does that make sense to everybody here? Any questions? No? Yes? Okay. So that's very important to know that they need like a pausing during the day. Yes, because they can be very exhausted and the physical body can be compromised as well. So they need a lot of taking care about the physical body, excellent nutrition, and they are penetrating all the time. So they have to rest and to give themselves that pausing for them to attract and to bring things into the world. Yeah. Yes. Now, in your chart, you have, as we're going to see, two columns, right? You have, and we're going to see here better. 1 second, here. You see here in your chart, right? Two columns, the black column and the red column. The black column is all what is related to your personality, to your awareness and conscious, right? Doesn't mean that you are conscious about all the gifts that you have, because we need to decondition a lot because we are so programmed by the culture, by the circumstances, by the momentum that we're living in, that normally we are operating through the shadow instead of our light and our gifts, right? So those two columns, what they said is like, you have a persona, you have awareness, you have consciousness, And this is what we're going to work on normally this week. And the red column is all what is related to the dormant possibilities of yourself that is still dormant, is still not in the awareness, is not conscious yet. Yeah. As you see, both columns anyhow, they have some symbols, and those symbols represent your planet, the zodiac. The zodiac as this is the sun, this is the earth, this is the north node, south node, the moon, etc. Right? So they have an incredible impact in ourselves, right? The zodiac is not, hey, you're going to get married with a rich guy. Hey, you're going to go into vacations. No, that's bullshit. The zodiac is giving us the opportunity. I'm sorry about my thingy, but sometimes it's like, my Spanish blood is bringing me into those words, and I have to say. So yeah, the zodiac is telling us, hey, you have a gift in Saturn. Let's bring into the awareness. Hey, you have a Jupiter there. What happened with your abundance and your prosperity and your expansion? Where are you that you're not showing up? Yes, and etc., etc. So we're going to see is like you have an amazing, beautiful blueprint treasure underneath your nose with the codes that come through your own birth, right? Because you chose it, because you have to correct something and you have a mission and purpose to bring in this lifetime. Does that make sense to everybody? Yeah.
Yes.
So it is amazing because when we are starting to decoding and comprehend what is going on with all this stuff and to change the sight from this linear, analytical, intellectual way of seeing life, and we shift the gear into I am coming from the spiritual realm and I am incarnating, and now I can really bring all these gifts to me to open myself into abundance, prosperity, sense of purpose, clear path, and so on. Yeah, correct? So we're going to see, we're going to play very much with few. We're going to play with the north node, that is this symbol here, right? And you see this symbol here as well, you have it. And we're going to play as well with the moon, yes, and some other planets as we go each of those days. Now, as well here, you have the type, right? Sorry, the profile here. And this profile is built, let's say, or is coming to you as well with a very interesting message, right? The profile comes and is built from the conscious column, the black column, right? The two of those, the sun, which is your sign, and the earth is how you incarnate it, right? So it is in my case, is 6 and 2. It's coming from the persona and the thing that is dormant. Yeah, we're playing with these two columns. The 6 is my 6, my 2 here is my 2. And then gives us the profile that I chose as well in this lifetime to become the role model, for example, that the 6 is telling us, yes, or is showing me what it doesn't mean in my destiny in this lifetime, correct? Now, one of the things that we're going to go over as well is the strategy. This is super important, and the theme, this is super important. Manifestors, manifestor generators, we need to learn to respond to life, and we have to stop when we feel completely dissatisfied, frustrated, angry about things. In the moment, this is like having radars in our head. In the moment that we feel frustrated, we feel like angry about things, or we feel like dissatisfied, we know that we are not in alignment with our higher self, and we are playing small and we are in the shadow. Okay, so for generators and manifestors, we need to stop there. And it's not going to help. And the opponents, right? The negative forces or whatever you want to call her is going to start giving you thoughts like you are not good enough, how you stopping, let's go, if you're not moving, you're la la la, all these kind of stories that is going to come to our mind to hustle and hustle and hustle. In the moment that we're hustling without any direction and we still feeling dissatisfied or frustrated, then we are not in alignment, and then we are very, very vibrating in a very low vibration. Yes?
Yeah.
Does it make sense to everybody?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's very important. We are going to go over those two things because that will give you a huge perspective on how I am moving in this life. Yes? Well, as well, you have here different centers, right? The human design is based in different ancient wisdom, like is based in I Ching, in the Kabbalah, that I work with it for more than 30 years, so it's very cool. Works as well with, the chakra system and whatever. The idea for you to know is if our aura is expansive, and you can do it when you do this with the hands, you feel some density in between the two hands. This is the aura that you have around yourself. Then, right, it's gonna give you like a different vortexes from where the energy comes to you to give you information on how you are connecting with the people outside of yourself. Yes? So those are the centers. It's called centers, right? This is the head center, the upper, which is connected with the collective, with the ideas, right? This is the Anya, this triangle here on the bottom. The next one is the throat, yeah? The G center is this one. That is like a diamond in the center, connected with the heart direction. This is the will. What is my will? How I am acting, how I am pulling myself out into the world, right? This in the middle, in the center, is the sacral, which is super important for all of us because we need to start connecting with our body and ask questions to our body to say, hey, yes or no, and to, feel that if it's my body says and my intuition, my gut is telling me no is a no. Because the mind or the intellect is going to tell you, yes, do this when you feel that is a no. And then again, we are disconnected for our higher self and the truth. Yeah. So the sacral is very important. And I'm sure after these 4 days, you're going to connect with that very well. This triangle on the left side, if you see the picture, is the spleen, and and the immune system is there as well, where all the intuitive self is storage, right? So I am intuitive or not intuitive. So we're going to go how we can use it there and recognize it in a good way. The bottom is the root center. Yes, and that triangle on the right side is called the solar plexus, where all the emotions are coming from there. Yeah, so those are the 9 centers that we have in the human design. You see that some of them are white. Yes, completely white, like mine here on the head is white, right? There are numbers, but there is nothing in color. The Anya, for instance, has some gates in color. This is undefined. Yeah, so undefined open. And those that are in color, it's called a defined center. Yes. What are the difference in between? It's not like I am bad or good, or if all my colors are defined are phenomenal and the ones that are white is not. No. It's not like that at all. The comprehension here is not to think all these things from the linear way either, right? We have to open our minds. And in here means that those that are defined, we have a very specific energy to use it into our benefit. And those that are open, then we need to do some stuff to understand the shadows and the gifts of those for me to be in alignment with my own energy. Does that make sense to everybody? And we will go over during these 4 days, so don't be in panic now. There's a lot of things going on. I know there is a lot of content. But I want that you will understand how this works, right? A little bit the centers and what is defined, what is not defined, because we're going to use those things during this week. And I'm going to send you as well the PDFs for you to have it with you when you work with your charts. Yeah. Questions? No questions?
I have one question.
Yeah.
So the colors on the chart inside the body, do you mean like everybody has a different color?
Well, it's going through yellow, pink, brown. Doesn't mean this doesn't have any color code or whatever. No.
Okay.
The important thing is to know is defined or not defined, and what does it mean accordingly with my energy. What that's exactly is the message behind those. Yeah, but the colors is just
Okay.
color.
So like, for example, mine has like a green color in the triangle on the third eye.
On the, yeah, that's fine.
That's fine,
okay. It has a yellow. It's just to make a difference in between the centers. But the most
Perfect.
important thing is it's color all, right? The center, so it's defined. When it's white, is undefined or open.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem. And here we're going also to use this chart. This is the Astro Quantum, and this works together with the personality and the persona, what is conscious, and as well what is not conscious, right? We're going to focus only on the right column as well, because it's a lot and we cannot do all in 4 days. But this is going to give us a lot of, we're going to use it a lot during these 4 days. Because I'm going to tell you, for example, you need to find where is your moon, in which house, right? In which sign of the zodiac. So for example, my moon here is in Scorpio in the house 1. I'm going to tell you, hey guys, go to your chart and look for your moon in the house 1, in the house whatever, in which zodiac. And you're going to Google, you're going to do research. Why I'm saying that? Because you're going to blow your mind. I mean, it's going to be like, holy cow, I cannot believe that this is so accurate. Yeah, it's going to start encoding the stuff for you very quickly. Does it make sense? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that I will suggest is follow what I'm saying, because the mind is going to let you pull to know everything, right? And it's not, if we wanted to is again, we are not in alignment, right? We have to embody small things for you to have clarity about those things, right? And to have a solid pillar, solid foundation for you later on to do whatever you want. But if it's the moon, it's the moon, and if it's Mars, it's the Mars. Don't try to figure out everything because you will be overwhelmed. Yeah, super important. And here, also, we are going to work very much to this chart. Yeah, the vocation here for me is the core, is where we're going to work a lot during this week. The vocation as well is called the core wound. The core wound is the wound, right, that I'm bringing into this lifetime to shift it, to be aware of, to shift the way how I am perceiving myself from the prisma of the shadow instead of my gift. Yes? So we are going to work on the vocation or core wound. We're going to work on the culture here, this one a little bit, right? We're going to work on evolution a little bit and purpose a little bit. Like, did you have a flavor of what is going? Yes? Is it a little bit, you will get those things as well. The astrological part of us, right, as I mentioned, is not like, hey, if you have Aries and you are going to have a beautiful, handsome boy, No, it's not working like that. It's like this is a map where you can understand what are your actions, where is your thinking, what are the things that we need to incorporate in ourselves for bring awareness and consciousness and to have the most incredible lives. But with consciousness and with humble approach, right? Because it's very easy for the ego to come in and to trap us into that victim la la land very easily. Yes. So just for you to know, the astrological part of us, right, is also influenced by the constellations. Yes. And normally is going from this left side is always clockwise, how do you call it? Back clockwise, right? It's like it's coming always from Aries, it's moving in that way, let's say. Yes? Even though you have different planets, the normal is this Aries, Taurus, Gemini, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it is for you to know that just like a kind of a general information that you will use some of the stuff as well during the week. So no worries about it. So as I mentioned, we're going to focus on vocation, which is the core wound. Yes, and evolution, culture, and purpose. And as you see, right, if the human design is more the masculine, is the mechanics, how my energy works through me, the yin case is more the feminine part, what is telling me, hey lady, if you want to have these things in your life, we need to go deep into your core wounds. You have to know you really truly about what are you coming, what are the things that you are bringing from the life, the past life. Yes, and in this path, you're going to discover that normally you are very, very much living your life in the shadow frequency, which is the lowest of the concepts that you have in each of those spheres, right? For example, let's take vocation, right? Vocation or core wound. In my case, right, the shadow of my jinky here is dualness. The second one is all what is related to my gift. And the third one is my essence, my city, is my highest self when I do work, my shadows, correct? So each of you, you have your sphere with a number, point something else, yes? The number itself is the code, is the gene key code that is going to give you a lot of information about who you are, yes? And those are divided into the shadow, the gift, and the city. The shadow, low frequency, we have to transmute the shadows into our gifts and start vibrating into that level for us to bring that light into my life right now, to be able to vibrate or give more of my essence into the world. Does it make sense to everybody? Yes?
A little.
Okay, I'm going again. Every single sphere, right, has a number, correct? And a point, a decimal as well, 0.6, 0.2, 0.4, etc. Right? The points, we are not going to go deeper right now because it's too much, but it's like the point something that is goes normally from 1 to 6, yes, is my flavor, has a flavor of my uniqueness, while the number that is prior the decimal is your gene key, is your code, yes? And those codes has, that is related to your birth, right? The date of birth, your place of birth, and so on. They have itself certain concepts. They have some information there, right? The lowest that is in each of those spheres is the shadow. Dualness for me is the shadow. Yeah. In each of you, you have their own gene keys. Every single of you, you have your own things that you need to work. Yes, and there is no person in this earth that has the same code or the same energetics. Everybody is different. Yeah. So what I wanted to know is like the shadow is the challenge, right? The essence, the gift, in my case, is magnetism, is exactly my creativity, where I am vibrating in such a good vibe that I can, through my creativity, through, in this case, my magnetism, I can bring into my life aspects of me that I didn't even think that are possible, right? For example, and the city, in my case, is the fluorescence, right? This is all my essence. If I'm vibrating into that level and I'm not letting my ego or my low frequencies to place into the now, then I can bring all my gifts, purpose, and mission in a way that I never thought that is possible.
Okay.
Questions? Any questions? No?
No.
Okay. All right. So All right, so what I'm going to do is to, what time is it? Okay. Yeah, it's nearly 1. If you have like 20 minutes more, I wanted to take 1 or 2 people as well for you to see how it works in each of those, yeah? So you're gonna see as well you're gonna have those charts as well for you to start being very familiar with the concepts, right? Because it's important. It's like learning another language, right? Learning your language and learning your centers and learning what does it mean and be open to receive certain information that is going to give you a lot of perspective and open-minded for you to start showing up in the different ways. Yeah. So the pressure centers, and we're going to see it right now with two people, right, are the head and the root. So when those are open normally, and we're going to see it, we are going to feel a lot of pressure from the collective, right? Means doubt, confusion. I'm doubting about myself. I'm not worth it. I have an idea and someone says it's not a good idea. I'm on the pit. I'm not believing in myself. But this is the pressure that comes from the collective. It's not mine. So we need to be very aware of how this works, because then we can say, hey, this is not me, right? And all the doubts comes from the collective that is pressuring me to take decisions that are not connected with me. Yes, right? So we will go over certain aspects, and we will see how it works, right? So the awareness centers are the mind, right? The emotional solar plexus and the spleen. So is the Anya, right? The Anya is coming downloaded. It's very clear from the spiritual world, right? The solar plexus is another very important awareness center, and the spleen, the intuitive part of ourselves. And to be very connected with these all 3, right, makes a huge consciousness about what is next for us. Yes. The expression centers are the throat and ego, right? Is the throat. Normally, manifestors has a connection with the throat because they are connecting there. They have to use the voice. And if you don't use the voice because there is some kind of fear, yeah, we know already there is something that is not in alignment. Yeah, we have to know why and for which reason we are just castrating that energetic. Yeah. The motor center as well is the heart, yes, is the G center, the solar plexus for sure, and the sacral and the root. Those are very, very important because it's like, hey, I'm stopping myself. I'm asking questions to my body. For example, do you feel to go to drink coffee or tea? And your body says, freaking, I want to go to drink tea. And my neighbor comes in, no, let's go for coffee. And you say, no, I don't fucking go. I don't want to go to take coffee. I wanted to drink tea. Yes. And you are going to drink coffee. Then you feel bad. It's like starting to listen to your gut. That's starting to respond to life in a different way. Yes. And this is how you're going to use your energy properly, and you're not going to be overwhelmed, etc. Yeah. So that's very important, is to start to ask the question, this is something that I wanted to do. This is something that I needed to do. This is, I can hold this energy for me. And if I'm in reactive mode, I am just reacting, then I have to pause again, because this means that I'm not in alignment. And I'm moving from not alignment. So the results of those not alignment will be negative, will be not good for us. Yeah, good. All right. So you will have this, and we will go over. I don't want to go over more that because it's too much. This is for tomorrow. So I'm going to ask questions first. Any questions? Kelly, any question? Denise?
No, I think that's loads. No, yeah, very well explained. No, I don't have any questions.
Okay. Christy, Janice, Dennis,
I have a question. Is there a place where we can look up all of these individual numbers to get like an expansion or more clarification in regards to?
Yeah, I'm going to share during the week, I think, a notebook for you to use it, right?
Perfect.
And to go slowly, because if not, you will be overwhelmed. I'm telling you. And if you're overwhelmed, you are going to say, hello, I don't want it. I don't want it. And this is how the tricky mind works. Wants us to be overwhelmed, wants us to be very disconnected, and then the manipulation comes, and then we are not getting into our inner sources, which is us, right? And we are just letting the opponent or whatever determine what is good for us or not. So be patient. Patient is something that we have to learn. We have to pause, guys. We have to pause, because if we are not pausing, we are not seeing the messages. We're all the time in the freaking intellect, right? I want to know, no. And this is not alignment. This is the conditioning. This is the programming. And that's the matrix. And that's the illusion. Yeah? All right. So I have here some of you that you came. So I'm very happy. And I'm going to take 2, right? So, all right. So Kate. And all right, let's see. And I'm sorry. Oh, fuck. I'm taking my daughter. And Destiny. Yeah. Okay, so let's do with Kate first. So give me 1 second. I'm just going to open the thingy. All right, just be with me 2 seconds. Okay, give me 2 minutes. I will open this. Okay, where are you? Okay. It's 11th August, right, Kate? 73?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Okay. Sorry, it's just like I wanted to make sure that I'm not here. Oh, you know, I'm going to go over there. Just give me 1 second. Fix it for me. Okay. All right, so here you are. Can you see that?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So Kate, right? She's, can I say you're, well, we'll read everybody. She's 50. So welcome to my decade also. Yeah, okay. We are in the one of the best moments, because I mean the spirit, or you know, the momentum of that septennium. Yeah, 49, 56 is the septennium where again comes up to ask questions about, hey, are you doing what you're supposed to do? Are you living your purpose? Are you changing the things that create that comfort zone or not? So it's a huge moment to put us as well into a new perspective and a new way of thinking and feeling, right? And you're starting to get very close to the 55, 6, because this moment is where another moon, another node moon comes to us, to shaking us and to give us the opportunity to be very truth with ourselves. So as you see, guys, Kate has not defined the head, the wheel, the plexus, which is this triangle, and the G center, right? And yes, she has defined the Anya, right? The third eye, the throat, the plexus, I mean the spleen, intuition, sacral, and the root center. Yeah. And what does it mean is, like, she is a pure generator. Why she's a pure generator? Because she doesn't have defined the solar plexus. Yeah, emotions. Right? She has define the splenic. So very intuitive self, right? That not only is intuitive, but as well, she is connected with the sacral. So the intuition comes to her, right? And has to come into the sacral. But because we are feeling so much pressure, because in her case, she has opened the head, right? And when we have opened the head, it's like we don't have any filter from discerning what is me and what is the collective. And I feel that all the fear, all the doubts, all the confusion, all the words, all the situations that we are feeling energetically, we are popping into our field. Yes, and we amplifying those things. So when the head is open, is a lot of doubt, out of confusion. I don't believe that I'm capable to do anything. Sometimes I'm creating things, but I could have the doubt always there. Someone is gonna love me. Someone is gonna buy for me. Someone is gonna tell me. Someone, la, la, la. And then we stuck in that wheel, right? And we feel completely like lost in the field. Does that make sense to you, Kate? I don't see you.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So it's very important for you to discern right now as a pure generator. First of all, as well, the solar plexus is not defined. So all the emotions, right, that are stored in the solar plexus, right? So that means that you're going to amplify as well all the emotions around yourself. Yes, and can be very emotional, very, very tight into what is going on. And that hyper emotions, right, can also stuck us, right? Because a lot of fear, a lot of sense of where I am standing for, right? So a lot of confusion. And sometimes we are so sensitive that the people will think that we are in depression all the time, or we are, in themes that is not, but we feel the pressure from the collective as well. Sometimes we can amplify so much those emotions that we can be in that stage of drama queen as well. That very, very touchy, very sensitive, very, very connected with the emotions of the collective. So we need to understand that sometimes those are not ours, and we have to build very well boundaries here. Does it make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's
Yes.
very important. As well, it's important that you have the capability to download things. You are very connected. So trust your gut. Trust your gut, trust your spleen, your intuitive self that is telling you, hey, Kate, whatever idea that you have, feel it. And if it's a yes, if your body is saying yes, it's a yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It could be in your work, and you could be with people. It could be feel your body as a yes. It's like asking the questions. Like if it's a yes, it's this kind of generators. We need to feel ourselves the questions, and manifestors as well. Is, do you want this? You want to invest in this, and your body says yes. So it's a yes. Then probably the dog will come 2 minutes later and will say, no, what are you talking about? You're not good enough. You don't do it. La, la, la. And then we are frozen and we don't do. But the yes was there. And you felt the doubt because the open head. Doubt, confusion. I'm not worth it. No one is heard me. La, la, la. Yeah? Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is very important. And as well is to respond, right? What does it mean to respond to life? Is, let's say that someone comes to you and it said, okay, you know what? You have your friend that is inviting you to coffee. The other one wants to go to shopping, and the other one wants to go to do gardening, right? There are invitations that comes from the collective to yourself. So you now responding to what you feel it's okay. You're not doing, I want to go to the theater, I want to do the, no. You wait for the things comes to you, and when you feel in alignment, then you respond. Does it make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Because if not, we compromise our energy. And the generators, we say yes to everything because we have the energy to do so. Yeah?
Yeah.
Super important. And as well, in the moment that you feel frustrated, stop, because frustration is pulling out us to the alignment. And we have to ask questions about, hey, what this situation, why this situation created in me this kind of frustration? Because this is connected with our karma, and this is connected with something that I have to restore here. It's nothing comes from the world and the collective and the people and our partners and our children and our husbands and wives and whatever. Is just a mirror. They're not doing the things to us. The things are happening for us to bring consciousness, even if it's painful, even if it's traumatic, even if we are suffering, we need to correct things here. And the only way that we can do it in this duality is to see the opposite. Does that make sense to everybody? Yeah? Good, good. All right. You have any inner vision, right? So trust your gut. You're very intuitive. Also use your throat. Your throat has a possibility. I don't know what is your profession, Kate? Sorry.
I'm a esthetician.
Esthetician. And
Yeah.
do you have a bigger vision of yourself that you wanted to go?
Not really. I like what I do. I don't want to do more. I'm just happy where I am.
Okay, so just communicate, right? A lot. Yeah. Probably the 50 years old, we are coming wise, right? So that wise is giving us the opportunity to ask questions about what is next for me, right? And maybe the next for us is just to be quiet, yes, and to be pausing, yeah? So it's very important for you, those pressure, you know, is to be really knowing, okay, what is the emotions? My emotions are those, and those are there from the collective. I have to put healthy boundaries around me. This is very important for generators and pure generators as well. Yeah. And as well, I mean, a 6-2 profile is a role model, right? It's like the two vortexes in between being hermit, right? And I need the time to be, you know, into things or creating things, or, you know, giving my time to reflect about things. But now I'm ready to go into the collective to share what I know. That's the role model. And if we are not doing is we are not living our sense of purpose. Yes. So that's very important for the 6-2. And as well, the gene case that we will go, right, in that, just for you to know, in the vocation here, which is the core wound that we're going to see just tomorrow, right? The shadow in your case is victimization, right? The freedom is your gift, and the essence is your gift. So the question here is, in which areas do I felt victim of situations, or I am creating that victimhood, la la land, just because I need attention? And this is connecting with the other past life. Does that make sense to you?
Very much so.
Okay, good. So this is super important, and I have chills in my shoulder. That means you're coming here really to teach. You're coming here to surrender to your own limitations and freedom, and to bring to the community, right, different ways to connect. Could be through feeling more connected with the beauty, with the study, yeah, because this is something that you use as a tool for showing maybe self-love to others, right? But in the moment that you are working or playing the victimhood la la land stuff, you're cutting yourself the possibility to be extraordinary free, right? And to bring those gifts into place. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Good. All right, so let's stop here. But this is just for you to put it into perspective. For Monday, start going on into what is next, yes? Thank you, Kate. Oh, and by the way, let's see 1 second more. Sorry, let's see for you to know where to look about the okay here. All right, so your moon is in Capricorn, right? So when I will say tomorrow, hey, you need to look for where is your moon in Capricorn in the 7th house, you know what I'm talking about. Yes? That's the moon, your moon, Capricorn, 7th house. 7th house is all about relationship. It's all about how I am relating to other people. It's in here, normally is ruled by Libra, and Libra is ruled by Venus. So bring that beauty of yourself into practice, right? And how you are connecting with yourself beauty as well. And this is something that is going to give you a lot of insights in this incarnation as well, because the moon helps us to incarnate. Is the way how we are connecting into our existence. Yeah. Okay, good. All right, so Destiny, are you ready? Yeah. Okay, give me 1 second. All right. Perfect. Give me 1 second. Oops. Okay, can you see that? Oh, I have another pure generator. Yeah, okay. Right, all right, so as well in this case, right, she has defined the sacral and the root and the G center and the Anya and the head, yeah? The 2 centers that she has also where she feels a lot of pressure could be as well the emotions and the splenic, yeah? In this case, the contrary could happen because normally we are living into condition and programming. So that means that the head, right, connected with the Anya is, you can have it like I need to know, right? But could be very structured, very in the system, means that has to be in this frame, right? And if not, you will feel completely lost. Does it make sense to you?
Yes.
So that's the shadow of the gift of having defined the head and the Anya, right? Is you need to start feeling flexible and open, right, to the things that comes to you from life, and not to be, like trying to control. This is a control thing. Yeah, is you need to start feeling how you can trust life. And in that moment, what does it mean is when you start to connect with your sacral, and your sacral is a yes, and you feel the intuitive self connecting from that, and the ideas that comes and pops through the spiritual realm and say, hey, go free, do this, right? And you do it because you feel your body, then the things are going to start flowing. Make sense?
Yes.
Very important as well, the same like I mentioned to Kate, is satisfaction or frustration. When you're frustrated, right, and you are just fighting about something, then you are not in alignment, and everything around you is going to be in the same level of frequency. So it's going to put yourself into the lower plane, right? Like in the lower frame of possibilities, yeah. And in this case, you're going to be overwhelmed, you're going to be exhausted, and then confusion is going to come. Yeah, but this confusion comes as well in that structure mode. So you feel like, oh, I don't have hair here. It's like, getting crazy. Make sense?
Yes.
So flexibility. You have capabilities, and when you have a channel here, the channels that I didn't mention is when the 2 centers are connected. So there is a flow of energy in between them, and you have the capability to bring awareness to the situations, to something in your life, whatever you are doing. One of the purpose of your life here is to bring awareness to people. Yeah. Yes, and not only that, but if I will put it in here, give me 1 second. It's like, well, it has to be with you serving, yes? Serving to create a service that is going to build community, some kind of community, yes? And that is very connected with the intentionality. Yes, you're coming here to serve people in whatever profession you're doing, but create community in a way that is flexible, where the people can feel their bodies, can feel the intentions. You know, what is, it is like give yourself permission to be out of your head, let's say, and start connecting with the heart and start connecting with what the body is telling you, your intuitive self. Yes?
Okay.
Yeah. And the four, give me one second. The four, your 4-6, right? As well goes from the opportunist, which means that you need people around you to help you to put things together. Yeah. So I don't know which profession do you have. I will ask you as one of those questions.
I'm a stay-at-home mom.
Okay, but it's like you are thinking about something. You're
Yes.
thinking, or some kind of frustration comes to you in these days, in this moment, like a call to action about something.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure that out. I do feel that, but I haven't figured out quite what it is yet.
We will work on that this week, but is give yourself permission to not be so much in the head, start feeling in your heart, right? And start writing down what are your qualities, what are the things that you mastered so far. Yes, because from 28 and above is like you are connected with the people to heal some stuff, the things that people are comes to you, but as well creating some kind of community. That's where your evolution is coming into place right now. So that's the thing.
I do feel like so I went to nursing school. I was in the military. But nursing school, I loved it, but I just didn't feel like it was what I was meant to do. So then I ended up having kids and I was a stay-at-home mom. And so I mean it reminds me that you just said that because I have been looking into the medical aspect of all of this. Like yeah, so whenever I started looking more into that, I felt like that was what I needed, you know, to do, because I've always wanted to do medical and this and that, but that particular time or that particular idea wasn't for me later, I mean before, but I do feel like that is something that I should be, you know, digging more into than.
You will find this week for sure with the planets and the zodiac and the houses there. So you're gonna research and you're gonna find some answers there for sure. But the thing with the energetics is, okay, feel your body and start to ask the questions, what is a yes or is a no? Something that I don't have to force myself, take the pressure from the head because it's very structured, and give yourself permission to feel from other parts. Bring those ideas into the heart, right? And from there is when you operate it. And this is the alignment. Does it make sense for you?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, well, and in your case, the moon is in Aries and 8th house. So it's a Scorpio, the 8th house normally. And this is all about death and birth and rebirth. So it's interesting. All right. So I don't want to keep you more. It's 1:22 here in the States, in New York. And I know that is hard for you guys. Any questions? Something that you wanted to ask?
It was a lot of information.
It is.
Yes.
It is a lot.
Amazing. I love it.
But that's why during the days, every day we're going to be focused in something, right? Yes. So just be aware that, and I'm going to send you some stuff now. My pleasure, Daniel. for you to read. So you don't go and try to Google everything, because you will be overwhelmed. You will be right? And we need to learn to pause and just feel yourself, feel what is coming. Let's make a space for you to start receiving stuff. Because if we're just in the intellect wanting to know everything, we're not giving ourselves the space to receive what the spirit desires for me to receive. Yeah, and we're going to see tomorrow, Monday. See tomorrow, right? Yes, tomorrow.
How do you feel it in your stomach, if I may ask you?
It's the gut feeling. It's like that feeling of knowing, right? And it's something that we need to re-educate it, because we forgot how to tap into that awareness. I'm going to send you some tips here and there during this week for you to start converting that maybe into knowing. Yes, but only we can do this if we are creating a space for us to make it happen. All right, so before we leave, one word, each of you, like this. I know that I'm okay. Janice, what is your takeaway from today? Unmute yourself.
I'm a little overwhelmed, but I followed a lot of it. I'm curious to see how this is going to play out, I guess.
Okay, good. And it's good to be overwhelmed. So that means that some
good.
stuff that works. Yes. All good. Thank you, Janice. Kate, what is your takeaway?
For me, it's the clarity today, because lots of it I know about myself. It's exactly what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna know that during this week, holy cow is like a I know it, right? I know. It's like a resonance to me. It's like nothing is not familiar. So it's like a holy cow, I'm coming home in a way that I never did it before. Yeah. Thank you, Kate. Noelia, what is your takeaway?
I love all the information. I can't wait to learn every single thing, what it means. I have so many questions about all of that, but I wait.
All right, but ask questions also in the chat, because the chat is for that, to request, answers, right? So don't be ashamed and do it. This is how we are taking, the paralyzed or frozen mode that we are all.
I don't know enough of astrology, so for me,
you're going to learn.
I look at my moon sign. It's what is the 9 next to it mean?
You're going to research some stuff, and I'm going to share some stuff as well. But I want that you will do that wheel as well. We are going to activate our wheel here.
Yes.
Right. But in the order, in the precise way that is going to create some magic. Yeah. So you will learn. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
And you're amazing.
Oh, Destiny. Thank you. What is your takeaway?
I'm just so grateful. Because, even though I know what nothing means, I feel like, as you explain it, and as I'm a visual learner and a hands-on learner. So, as you explain and as I look at mine, I'm just grateful, because it's kind of feel like, I know this, but I've never seen this in my, so it's, I'm just very interested and can't wait for everything else.
Thank you so much. Christina, what is your takeaway?
Same, I'm so curious now. I can't wait. I feel like, now I do have the chance to find the answer to some questions, because astrology, it's something that it is new. It is new. I mean, I always seen things about this, but because of all the numbers, all the charts, even if I'm an accountant, I just found it a bit complicated. But yes, it's a challenge, so I'm up for it.
Good.
Definitely.
That's why we are here. All right. Thank you so much. Christy, what is my pleasure? What is your takeaway? Unmute.
There we go. I don't know. I'm just crazy excited to dig down deep. I like to know how the mechanics works. So this is my niche. I'm just excited and can't wait till the next class.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
I'm super happy. Really, I'm very, very, very happy to have you.
And I appreciate the opportunity that you're giving all of us to dig into this and learn it.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Danielle, what is your takeaway?
I'm excited to see how another chart can help put puzzle pieces together. I'm really interested. Thank you so much for everything you're doing.
Yeah, thank you. Well, it's my pleasure. It's genuine from the heart because I know how this can give us, you know, the direction of ourselves in a different ways and connected with the truth, with sense of, yes, I'm home and from here I can boom, right? And this is something that I, with a lot of humble, I hope that this week you will get some great tools. Ask questions even tonight, even if something pops up, please ask questions because that will help us to, you know, to funnel stuff. And if it's 1,000 questions, it's good to ask 1,000 questions. So don't say no to it, okay? You don't disturb me. I'm here for you during this week, and I want that you will have clarity, right? Until the end of the week, that is going to be extraordinary, you know. Yeah, it's going to give you a lot of beautiful things. So thank you for being with me and enjoy your Sunday night, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. So thank you. Namaste.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you so much.
Bye.